What is going on, everybody? John Anthony, Chairshot Sports, a Sport Coin affiliate, as always running on Zone Energy. Thank you so much for joining me right now. It's a little after midnight on the East Coast. TNA just wrapped up a live episode, which is awesome to see. Always fun. It's weird. It's weird watching them because it's like I don't know what to do. Like they're kind of just showing the arena. I'm like, do I have time to go to the bathroom? Am I going to make a drink? What am I doing? But awesome show. Obviously, like I said, it's late over here. It's getting late for a lot of other people. So let's just jump into it. And by the way, this is our third installment, I guess, episode number 3. After doing our pre and post shows of Rebellion. So yeah, this is fully interactive. It's the first time joining in. Feel free to get in the comments. Let us know you're here. If I'm talking about something, you have a comment, something you want to talk about, man, let me know, man. Get in there. Herb, what's going on, baby? Congratulations, man. First of all, getting picked up, man. Your show getting big, baby. It's getting big out there. Roll Tide, man. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you, man. But yeah. Awesome. Let's get right into it. Let's just jump in. So they do a little recap of Rebellion. Pretty much, well, they start off with going over the Sami Callihan match and the death match. Holy shit. Like, what a match. If you didn't see the match on Unbreakable, go do yourself a favor and go watch it. Half the things done in that ring are definitely not legal. They stepped their game up. I'm pretty sure they beat out WWE and AEW with some of the things they did in that ring. And Sami Callihan is a disgusting individual. They have them in the back. And there were some issues with TNA Plus, so it was hard for me to hear some of the things going on. But what it looked like to me was Stampede, as always, was going on, baby, a staple of the show. Appreciate you. They were doing like an apology, and pretty much Steph set it up the meeting between the two, and it was pretty much shaking hands. It's like, I think you're a loudmouth. I respect you, and I think they're ending it for now. I think that's what Santino was trying to do. So I think that's what happened. But it had a lot of black screen in and out, so it was hard for me to hear what was going on and see it as well. So then we get into it. Isaiah Moore, Mike Santana. Holy shit! Again, these matches are great. Santana, very big, very much a squash match, but Santana showing why what he does is so good. Isaiah never got out of the gates. I think he got one little hit on the back when Santana was turned around. But other than that, it was off to the races. Mike Santana puts that man down. 1, 2, 3. Grabs a mic. Pretty much tells everybody how he's been grinding. Gives Joe Hendry his flowers about how he's been a great TNA champion. But that time is almost over as Mike Santana pretty much announces calling a shot. Challenging Joe Hendry for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I think we talked about this in the post show for Rebellion. This is a good matchup. This is a great matchup. If these two get their hands on each other, I think it's going to be a great match. So that was good. We go to that. Obviously, we're in the back. We see Mustafa Ali walk away, and like, what's going on? Obviously, Steels is in the hospital, and they're like, pretty much ever since Rebellion, Mustafa has not been the same. And they're saying he's a man who's willing to really just tear it all down and watch it burn to build it back up again. So that's going to be interesting to see with that happening. And if I keep looking down, I apologize. There's a lot to go over, and just it's kind of late. I did work all day. So Stampede, thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. Running a start with WWE's trying to put their own authority figure. We're going to get to that. And the fact that it's Robert Stone and they brought back, I don't like it. We'll talk about it. But yes, it's very funny that they're doing that. And it's also like, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Steve Macklin comes out, man. What an amazing champion, and what an amazing championship belt. Awesome match against EY at Rebellion. Macklin doesn't even get a chance to get a word in edgewise. Hey, Mike, what's going on, baby? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you, man. And don't just listen. Take part, man. Definitely throw some stuff for the chat if you want. Like I said, it's fully interactive. Appreciate you. Macklin doesn't get a word in edgewise, and pretty much the Northern Armory comes down. Same thing with EY. They pretty much whoop them with the chain. We get the same result that we got at the end of Rebellion after their match. They restrain him, kind of try to string him up. They end up just putting the chain on his mouth and call it a day after Eric gets pulled off by security. But obviously these two are not done yet. I could see probably some kind of gimmick match coming up at Under Siege with the two of them. They have great chemistry. They're great in the ring together. I hope we're doing like a best of 7 here. I hope after Under Siege, Macklin retains, and we just kind of move on, get a new challenger, and Eric Young kind of finds somewhere else to go. But it's going to be a great match if that's what they're going for. Under Siege, and I think it'll be like a strap match or a chain match, you name it, or a hardcore match, something like that. Obviously, we get him in the back. Eric Young's talking to Santino, like, give me what I want, pretty much. Here comes Macklin, and Santino makes it official. Next week, you two are going to get your hands on each other. He didn't say it was for the belt, so that's why I'm thinking some nefarious stuff's going to happen to Northern Armory, and that's where we're going to get an Under Siege match. Not called out for the international belt. They showed the X Division finish. We all know it's not even as good as the Royal Rumble with Batista and Cena. Obviously, his feet hit. The belt was still in his hand. Moose spears him, but clearly we saw what happened. Like, Leon is clearly the champion, but they're going on the decision. The ref's decision is always final, because everybody knows if you're in pro wrestling and you're a referee, the companies do not cover vision. So, with that being said, Zach Wins finally gets his contractual rematch against Moose. These guys burned the house down. Holy shit! What a match from both of these guys. The pop-up from Moose, the cross body at the top rope, Wentz getting the code red, then the X Factor, the spiral tap. At the end of the day, man, Edwards gets involved, man. Moose gets that spear, 1, 2, 3, and still your X Division champion. I was saying the other day, we're trying to get him on the next week or two. It's gonna be cool to have him on and having that belt and talking to him about how these matches kind of how they worked out, and kind of his thoughts on the finish of the X Division, the X Division match, Ultimate X over at Rebellion. It'd be awesome to talk to him about that. Take a look here. Talk about Ali again. Corey Diener comes out, and obviously, if you looked on social media, today was his last day. Well, it's actually already over. It was already over, I should say. We'll get into that. At midnight, the contract is up. That's it. He's a free agent. Goes on about how TNA gave him his chance. One of the only places to bring him in, give him a chance for him to flourish, live out his dream. Talks about his family, his wife, his 4 children. Obviously, it's one of those things. I'm going away. Thank you so much. Don't cry because it's over. Be happy that it happened. And out comes Santino Marella, kind of saying, like, listen, man, you're choking me up in the back. I can have no power whatsoever to extend you or give you a new contract. I'm sorry, give you a new contract, but I can extend you. I can give you an extension, and kind of we can get to Under Siege, which is obviously right down the road in his hometown. Cody, obviously Cody's hometown. And a hand-picked former TNA World Champion will be facing him in Under Siege, and that's Eddie Edwards. If he can win that match, he can take and go back up to the board and try to get him on a contract, a contract extension or a new contract. And this is what Stampede was alluding to. I'll put it back up here. Robert Stone, and now Victoria Crawford, aka Alicia Fox, makes their way to the ring. Robert Stone goes on this tirade and just starts belittling everything Santino's done. There's nepotism, there's favoritism. Just the place, the inmates are pretty much running the asylum. And now apparently Robert Stone got enough of in Ava's hair. She got sick of it. Apparently now Robert Stone is now been assigned by the higher ups of TNA to watch Santino's every move, every step, everything. And he's to report back to the TNA board. And now Victoria is apparently the deputy of authority. I don't understand where any of this is coming from. It's so wild that it's out of nowhere. Santino has done some questionable things in the past, probably. I'll go 6 months. There's definitely a little bit of favoritism. The nepotism, I'm guessing, has something to do with Ariana Grace. I don't know what else they could be talking about in that regard. But yeah, that's kind of where that goes. Crawford's already announced now against Slamovich for a Knockouts Women's Championship at Under Siege. So it's already 2 matches right there for Under Siege. Under Siege is probably going to be a really good, really shaping up to be a good pay-per-view. So I'm excited for that. yeah, so we end it with Robert Stone just saying, "Hey, watch your back," and then pretty much they run into the back, obviously, and these guys are fighting. Blanche is pretty much like, you're screwing everything up. You suck. It's time for someone new. Um, yeah, no, this is it's their way of kind of rehashing it. The network versus the authority. I like that. I mean, it's a good way to do it. Robert Stone has done a lot over on NXT under Ava. He's gotten better. Sometimes he comes off a little too much for me. You know, the yell. It's always the constant yelling and this and that. Like, find levels, Stone. Come on, what are we doing? He has always been a great manager. He's great with the facial expressions and great at selling, doing all that stuff. Um, uh, but yeah, it's let's go. You know what I mean? But they're not. But that's why it's one of those things you're trying to blur the lines, right? Where they're sending someone who doesn't work for TNA from WWE to watch over them, reporting to the TNA board of directors. It's like one of those things of where is it? What's going to happen? And I like it. It's cute. But like I said, Robert Stone's a guy to pull it off because he's a blowhard. He's also one to go in there and get his ass kicked all the time in the ring every week. Does not care. He will sell his ass off. When he sells, he sells some more. Does a great job of putting over all the talent when they get their finishers and things like that. So Robert Stone is definitely a great look for it. And Victoria Crawford now, she's great too. She's great at taking L's. She does what she needs to do for the company. But yeah, so it's going to be great to see how that goes moving forward. Obviously Under Siege, and then Slammiversary is also right around the corner. So that's going to be interesting what happens when we get there with Robert Stone and Santino. Yeah, we get Maggie Lee and Jody in a great match. Maggie Lee is going to do amazing things. She's done such a great job. I'm kicking myself right in the ass. Probably 2 weeks before she was announced signing with TNA, we had an opportunity to have her on the show, and things didn't work out on my end, and then once on her end. And actually, I think it was all my end. Actually, I'm not going to lie. I think it was all my end. And then unfortunately now she's contractually obligated to TNA, and I got to go through other people and things like that. So it sucks we weren't able to have her on and talk to her a little bit. But all the best to Maggie. We're a big supporter of hers. We were there before. I think a lot of other people knew that name. So very excited. I think she's going to do a really great job. Obviously being paired with Ash and Heather. Elegance, talking about that. The pop shove it from Jody, 1, 2, 3, and then Maggie's in the back just distraught and crying, just very upset. And George is like, listen, it's time for your makeover. It's time to give you this makeover, and let's get you in the driver's seat. Let's get you winning some matches, get you excited, really get you part of the Elegance brand. So it's going to be great to see her transformation. I'm sure they'll be doing the unveiling. I wouldn't think it's next week or the week after. I would imagine you might save that for Under Siege to do the Elegance unveiling or adding her to the portfolio. Yes, that will be an amazing match. I agree. Maggie, again, I've been watching Maggie for a while, and I'm very upset I wasn't able to have her on. It's really upsetting to me that now I got to go through other PR people. But yeah, no, I'm excited for her. I saw she had a match. I got very excited. Obviously, she had a hand in Rebellion as well, with the ladies retaining, so that was cool as well. The and then we go to Indy Hartwell, giving an awesome promo, pretty much like, listen, things are the mood's about to change. All right, I'm here now. I crossed the line. I'm here to go. I'm here to play. I think Indy's going to do some good things in TNA, and it's really weird to me. And I think I talked about this at another show, not a TNA Talkin TNA, just I think in my weekly show. And it's so weird how, yeah, no, I agree. I think she's going to be able to grow some roots here, and it's weird, And this is what I talked about. It's obviously it's a partnership, and I don't think by any stretch of the imagination WWE owns TNA yet. But like someone like Dolph Ziggler, why isn't Dolph Ziggler appear somewhere in NXT? The ratings would go through the roof. But it's like only certain talent will make the crossover. It's weird. It's weird to me. Why have they not Why have they not made that transformation or that transition of okay, Nick, you got to come on one time. Like you advertise that. Or if you do the surprise, you do something like that. And I mean the viral views are going to go nuts of people not knowing about it but going to watch it. But yeah, that's one thing that's weird to me. But Indy Hartwell crosses the line. Now she's in TNA, but it's just like It's weird, but I love the partnership. They're doing great things. Joe Hendry can go anywhere apparently. WrestleMania, NXT doesn't matter. That man's everywhere. Obviously, I think we all know he's going to be signing with WWE once his contract runs out. Just like I think the same alley as Jordan Grace went as well. So, but again, I agree. I agree with Mike. So great to see. So great to see Indy in a home to grow some roots, and obviously, I would very much imagine she'll be chasing the TNA Knockouts World Title sooner than later. Mike, he may be trying to stay away for the moment, still building his stock outside. No, I agree, and I wonder if it's one of these things like they go to TNA and sign, and WWE is obviously watching this and seeing this on a weekly basis, and like, oh man, he got 110% better. But Dolph was always Dolph. I think Dolph got let go because they're finally like, listen, we don't have anything left for you, unfortunately. So why don't you go out and see what you can do for yourself and, manifest yourself somewhere or something and do some great things. I don't think it was a matter of Dolph sucking. I mean, Dolph had been there. He's been taking L's for years for WWE, and being that guy, just being a great soldier. So it's going to be interesting to see when these guys with TNA, their contract runs out there, if they go back to WWE or hell, maybe they go to AEW. They're like, screw you. You don't want me now. I'm big now. I'm bringing my ass over here to AEW, and that's great too. Because the more big names like that go to AEW, the higher their stock rises. And we all talk about, especially me and Mike, and especially Stampede, where we're on this island, and not a lot of people are, unfortunately. But the water rises. The water rising raises all the ships, and that's what you want if you're a wrestling fan. Leon Slater, Casey Navarro again, bringing the house down, man. Bringing the house down. These X Division guys. Love it. Brings me back to 205 Live. Brings me back to the Cruiserweight division on WCW and WWFE. It was such great stuff to watch. That Swanton 450 is sick. Sick. And he used it to pick up the win over Casey Navarro. So, again, what a hell of a match. And it's going to be interesting to see once he gets – I don't think it would happen at Under Siege. I like to think that probably Slammiversary might be where Leon gets his opportunity back one-on-one with Moose. And Moose is winning these matches nefariously and just kind of slipping out of matches or DQs, things like that. I think we'll end up seeing Slammiversary, I think, might be the shot to see that. Mike has a great question right here. Do they point Slater toward Moose because of the built-in story? I think that's why they did it. I don't want, again, it's been blown out. See, we shared a brain. No, see, it's one of those things where I know a lot of people came for Moose, and they came for Moose. They came for him not getting caught. AJ Francis went nuts on Twitter. Moose went crazy on X. And then finally, even like Leon was like, "Listen, everything's cool, man. I'm great. I'm cool. Let's just move forward." Like, it was rough to watch that. I definitely sat in my seat. It was that Wolf of Wall Street. Like, it was one of those moments. Like, I definitely like his head smashed the floor. But again, don't want to blame anybody. Don't want to rehash that kind of stuff. But I think it was built in. Was Moose late on the timing? Maybe. Did Leon not fall the right way? Because obviously we all know if we're watching, if we're all watching, we watch WWE. AEW, I think, has done it before with stuff. WWE more so with the way they hang their briefcases and their belts. You've seen it where Moose had to literally hit him mid falling, so he drops the belt, and then when his feet touch, neither one is holding anything. Moose picks it up and he's the winner. So, again, it is what it is, and they're relying on the refs. The decision is final. They're leaning into it a little bit that it might be. They're like, oh, look, it's by milliseconds. No, he has it in his hand when his feet touch. But I like they showed it on TV tonight. Obviously, we know who won, but Moose is kind of is a champion on borrowed time. We've seen that storyline played out before. I think Leon eventually is going to get that, and I think Mike, like we said, that's eventually going to be the payoff. He's going to get the belt back. Probably, I would hope it's Slammiversary, which is their WrestleMania. So I think that'll be a good run for him, especially being next to AJ Francis. Mike, it was their 1 foot touch of the floor moment when they learned from him and move forward. No, you're right. It was, and it was the one. I think it was his left. He comes down and Moose leans it into him, and he drops the belt. So yeah, they'll learn. It is what it is, man. But the match itself, I mean, it's one of those things. It's almost like we talk about Mania Night 2, and then the main event came, and we're like, the fuck, like, what is that? The Ultimate X was awesome, great spots everywhere, all around everywhere. And then that happened, and you're like, oh, Stampede. Moose was off by about a second, but that was a difficult spot to time just that you can rehearse that 14 times in the ring, and you saw Moose like trying to pretty much not sit there and make it look like that was the plan spot. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're Moose, I mean, if that's the spot, that's the spot. Don't act like you're trying to get up and then run to it. Just be the guy. Boom. But again, like Mike said, they'll learn from it. It is what it is. They're leaning into it, and I think the end result. I think this was meant to happen there anyway. These two will get there, and just get a little more controversy around it. So it builds that and it gets more people on there. So I like that. Slamovich pretty much gives her promo on Victoria Crawford. Nice and sweet about you've done nothing. I'm out here just busting my ass defending this title. You've done nothing, but that's fine. Get in the ring and I'll show you that the caliber athlete I am. Awesome promo. And then we get the Hardys and Joe Hendry against Kazarian and the Nemeths. Great match. Those 6 dudes, you put them in a ring, it's just fire. Everyone hitting finishers, everyone hitting moves off the top. Everyone's jumping off the top rope. Everyone's diving to the outside. All this going on. But yeah, Hendry hits the standing ovation, calls for Jeff to go up to the top. Who shows up to stick their nose into this match? Trick it 2-time. Yeah, man. Trick Williams from NXT gets his ass into the impact zone. Gets his hand, pulls Hendry out. Nick is able to go up. Boop. Maybe it was Nick. Maybe it was Ryan. Ryan goes up, knocks Jeff off of the top rope. Jeff takes it right in the jewels, falls off, and then Nick is able to hit danger zone. 1, 2, 3. The Nemeths and Kazarian are able to walk away as champions from this one. Justin, what's going on, man? Jeez, I don't think you've ever been in any of my streams. Holy shit, dude! Thank you. What is up? Justin and me, I think we've been moots for like ever when I had like under 1,000 people on my X. Holy shit, man. That's a great question. So I don't know. Let me leave it up there because I want to talk about it. Everyone watching, I want to talk about this. So this is interesting, right? Would Trick be the guy to? But that's the thing. It's one of these things. I talk about it every pay-per-view, every time when they do these crossovers. Who's going to be the person to win that belt and walk their ass back over to the other brand with their championship? It needs to happen. Like I gave a great reason for why Ethan should be TNA champion right now. But he's not. But it's like they don't let these people win it, and vice versa. People aren't winning the TNA titles. You know what I mean? Justin, I am doing good, man. I'm doing great. Hopefully, likewise, you're doing the same. I know we're both grinding. So, but again, thank you for stopping in, brother. I'm very excited you came in. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, no, I think Trick might be the guy. I don't think he's ready. He's ready, but I don't think he's ready to go up just yet to Raw or SmackDown. I can almost guarantee you it's going to be Blue Brand. It's going to be a mellow catch up. And right now, Mello's a bad dude. Trick's a bad dude. Maybe kicks Miz to the curb, and now it's Trick Mello again. Which I think there's some meat on that bone. If we go back down that road, and then there's another turn, some kind of shit happens like that. I think I'm there for it. But yeah, Mike, come on. Whoa, that Trick. Yeah. I love Booker T, man. A lot of people think he's obnoxious. He's just out there having fun, man. The man is just there to just chill and have a good time. He's just a chill guy. Calling wrestling. That's all he is. Mike again, too. I think at some point someone needs to win the opposite title. I thought it was going to be Chemical X. Yeah, no, thank you. Mike, get out of my head, bro. Jesus. We got to, man, maybe you should be the co-host for this. Jesus. But yeah, no, it needs to happen. And maybe Trick is the guy. Because Trick, again, I'm not saying Joe Hendry isn't, because Joe just got his ass handled by Randy Orton. He also just survived a triple threat at Rebellion. Trick could probably run circles around Joe Hendry. He's the one believable champion that if you put the belt on him, you look, it works. It works because he walks back into NXT. Now he's the TNA World Champion. Now he looks at Oba. Looks at Oba. I don't need that cheap ass title, man. Look what I got. I got over here. I went over there and I took their belt. But then Oba's like, yeah, but you still didn't beat me. That's what you did. You ran. You went to go get another. So pretty much Trick is still the bad guy, still the coward. He had to go get another title because they could have beat him. It's the Roman Reigns thing. When they created the World Heavyweight Championship, Roman's like, yeah, you got the B bill, bro. You can't beat me, so you ran over to Raw to win that one. Get out of here with that BS, man. This is the title. That's Oba. Oba's like, yeah, I'm still the man. I'm still the champ. Like, you got an inferior title, which they shouldn't say because that's fucked up because that's kind of shit on TNA, and that's their partner. But meaning he didn't beat Oba for it. Justin has a great comment. Especially with Joe injured, give it to an NXT talent. I like Booker. He does not bug me. No, I like him, man. Again, I grew up with him. You know what I mean? Like he's always been he's been like that even on the mic when he's not doing the King Booker. He's not doing that shit. He's funny on the mic, man. I think he has a nice piece of like realism to it because I think honestly he screwed up the other night. I forgot whose name did he say wrong. I think he used the actual person's name or their old name down in NXT talent in LFG. They had to correct him and like they were just clowning on him, dude. And Booker was beside himself. So it's just good stuff to watch. Mike, bring you up again. Trick he could be larger than life for TNA for sure. No, and I agree. And that's what I'm saying. That Trick is the one guy. And again, I'm saying this because I don't want to crap on anybody else in TNA. There's a lot of great people, but Trick particularly winning that belt builds him and Oma even more so. And I'm telling you right, I said it at the Stand Deliver show. It didn't come to fruition yet. Trick is the leader of Dark State, and now you're gonna see a match maybe between him and Oba, where only one will be on the line. It'll probably be the TNA title and not the NXT or something like that. And Dark State will come down and help Trick win, and that's when you get the reveal. There's again long-term storytelling. There's a lot of layers to Trick getting this belt. And again, what's he gonna do if they call him up to Raw? If he goes to SmackDown, yeah, he's cool with Mello. Mello and Miz got to run that out. Right. I agree. You guys got to look that up. Look up the commentary of Black Snow. You guys got to Google that. That's a little bit of a callback, but Google that. I just think, I don't know if you guys, speaking of Cena winning the TNA title would be funny. I agree with that. I think it's too late in the game. It would be great to see. You know what I mean? It'd be awesome for Cena to get one. We'll hold it for just a couple of weeks, and then he's like, you guys got this back. I'm good. But what it count is 18. Could it be number 18? Well, they're not counting flares, so it has to be only WWE title. But no, Justin actually has one of the greater points. With Joe being injured, what I was getting on is like give it to Tricky, because now with everything else going on, now it makes sense, and Trick can carry that for a little bit until Joe's ready, or whoever else is going to give that belt to. The one thing I don't want to see is it starts getting passed around in NXT. It's a momentous occasion, right? Trick will be able to walk around as like the only guy in NXT to win the TNA and the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be the claim to fame when he goes up to the main roster, when he starts challenging for world titles. I'm the only guy down there that won both of them. I want him over there, and I want it over here. I can take your belt, that kind of thing. I think that's the buildup you're looking toward. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree, but I really think that Trick is about to have a really, really intricate storyline here, and it's gonna play out if done right, which it has to be done because Michaels can cook and so can Paul. I think that story could be amazing and some great cinema and really, really boost the ratings. I know TNA tapes obviously, and some of the things get out what they do, but which sucks. But if they start going more live and Tricky is the champ, I think you start seeing a lot more eyes, because a lot more NXT people, which you should be watching the product of all of them, but a lot more NXT people are going to start going over to Thursdays and catch what's going on over there. So I think everyone wins in this, and I think it's great for Trick. Trick gets to kind of lean into this heel shit. He's going to be coming out as the leader of Dark State. All I needed was that when Joe called out Trick this past Tuesday, who answered the call? Dark State. As soon as that happened, it solidified everything I needed to know. And if that didn't put into your head, then I don't know what you're watching. Mike, let me bring you in real quick. And he's honestly too big for that. I hate saying that, though. I mean, yeah, I know it sucks, but I just think you got to protect. You got to keep Trick hot, because when he does make the transition up, I think it will be back with Mello to help Mello do something after him and the Miz have kind of parted ways. If the Miz has ever got up from that black mass, I don't know. But yeah, so I think it was a great show. Awesome coming back. I love it. It's live. I love it. I mean, I don't mind doing shows a little late in the night. But it was awesome to see them live. It's weird that they don't have like commercials for like the people on Plus. So they do like you get to see like the announcers talking, them giving away T-shirts and doing stuff like that, which is kind of cool. I'm cool not having ads on my TV. I'm cool with it. But yeah, I think Under Siege is stacking up well. Obviously, Victoria Crawford and Slamovich. That's going to be a weird. I don't know, man. That might be a weird way to get the belt off of Slamovich if Stone interferes or some weird stuff happens, and now you have that belt in like the heel camp of like not Santino, like of like the I guess the authority, but technically Santino is the authority. I think at the end of the day, obviously you don't want to. That's what TKO does, right? And the thing is, people are like, "Oh, Triple H ain't buying shit. Triple H is not writing checks. He does not sign them. He does not do any of them. He catches the ones he gets from TKO. He does not write anything or buy any products. So, like when these people get signed and things like that, I'm sure he has a hand in like when they sign someone like Stephanie or Julia, things like that. I'm sure Paul has a hand in that. But like AAA, everyone was coming for Triple H when they bought AAA. And it's like, no, Ari does that. TKO does that. Nick Khan buys the companies. Nick Khan writes those checks. That's what he does. Paul literally just focuses on creative. That's all it is. Oh, thank you, Mike. I was going to, man, wow. Look, we got to talk after the show, man. Damn. You might start coming on lower. I was literally about to give out the code. There's actually TNA Live, and it's actually I can't remember the other one. There's another one they gave earlier in the show. Shit. But yeah, follow what Mike's saying. Do the thing. Go watch TNA Plus. Get a month free with TNA Live. Great shows on Thursdays. I think if you do it next month, if you wait till I think you get Under Siege. No, Under Siege you got to pay for. That's only if you get the premium memberships. But yeah, I think there's a lot of great stuff setting up here. I think the Robert Stone Crawford thing is going to be a pivotal thing, a pivotal part of them buying or like watching Santino and having that hanging over his head. Why buy the cow to get the milk? That's what I'm saying. So to get back. I'm sorry, it's late, guys. I apologize. To get back to what Justin was saying, he thinks eventually that TKO or WWE will buy them. I think you're going to get, if you get anything, I think you might get something like an ECW-esque thing where they may be funding them a little bit. It's been I had an interview with PCO a couple months ago. Go check it out. Go find it over on our exit on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe to our YouTube. Or at least give us a thought. If you're watching this on YouTube, I guess I'll take the time now. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. We got shows 5-6 days a week. If you can't anything else you do tonight while watching, if you're still here, you're watching the whole show, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. It helps me in the algorithm. It helps me. It helps Big Mike and Spedrock over on Thursday nights with the running. It helps Jesse B on Wednesdays on the lowdown, so everyone can watch them as well. So please do the thing and at least hit the thumbs up if you'd love to. We'd love to subscribe as well. I appreciate that. But yeah, so yeah, I don't think you don't need to buy them. Anthem so back to PCO, and he kind of started saying a little stuff about Anthem. Anthem really doesn't know what exactly they're doing. They know what to do. They don't know what to do. Once Scott D'Amore walked out the door, and we can do a whole show on Talkin TNA about this. I'm probably going to talk about this next week. So you guys are bringing up some awesome points, and I appreciate it. I just want to make sure I hit everybody because Stampede's getting in here now. So we're going to start talking about a lot of other stuff. But Norris, awesome. Like, why buy it? Why do it? Like, here's some money. We'll help you guys out. This is a partnership, so let's show you how we book you guys. You don't think the TNA guys are watching what WWE does? Like, this is how we book. Now go check it out. You go try it over there. Do your thing. Like, we're gonna send Trick down there with your guy, and then we're gonna do this. But watch how we do this. And then maybe they're trying to show Anthem how to do it, so Anthem can kind of be their own thing. Justin, real quick, thoughts on Rock saying his work was done before WrestleMania. That pissed me off. I guess no. I talked about that this past Wednesday with Vinny from Suds and Squared Circle. As far as the power, I think there's a power struggle going on right now. I think there's a little bit of a beef going on between Paul and Dwayne, and I think a lot of stuff at TKO. So I think that dust needs to settle. That smoke needs to go down a little bit. I think at the end of the day, my thought process is there could be a conspiracy theory. It could be a coup of The Rock trying to make Triple H look bad at booking, but I think The Rock's ego is still hurt from 40 when everyone wanted Cody and he was in the main event. So he pretty much came over. He said, "Oh yeah, you screwed up my main event. I'm gonna screw up yours. Here you go, Cody. Have fun. Yeah, how's it feel?" Like I think that's kind of what it was, unfortunately. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. But when the comments he made on Pat McAfee, I was definitely, yeah, the fact that you can finesse and do things differently was a direct jab at Paul Levesque. Hold on, Stampede has something here. Apologize. I'm only one man. Awesome. A lot of this arrangement was WWE has with TNA likely stems from the antitrust lawsuit WWE had with MLW, where they had to pay out like $20 million, basically a shield. I mean, yeah, that's true too. That is true. So I mean, I don't know, but I think that was the MLW crap was before TKO though. So that if my memory serves me correctly, that was before the TKO merge where they bought him. And I'm pretty sure TNA will get. That's the thing too. TNA, I'm pretty sure will give WWE anything they need or want if it comes to like any of their wrestlers and stuff like that for any like vignettes or making any kind of documentaries or series over on Netflix or on A&E or things like that. I'm pretty sure TNA will give WWE anything they want. But yeah, Mike talking about The Rock and the power struggle. Them having that power struggle is nice, whether they're bought or not. Is an invasion angle they control better because contracts aren't a problem. That's true. It's very true. So and Stone's believable as like that hothead kind of guy who's just trying to gonna try to sell Santino up the river so he can take Santino's job. And I guarantee you, I'm gonna call it now. There's gonna be something going on where like Santino like drops the ball with a couple things, or like someone gets really injured in a match and they're stretched out, and literally like Stone comes on the next week. He goes, you know what? I talked to the high ups. Guess what? You're suspended and I'm in charge now. And then they're going to give Stone like a 3-4 week run and then bring back Santino. I would love to see Santino and Stone go at it. It's anniversary, but I don't think we have enough time. That's a 9-week turnaround. We have to start that now. I mean, we did start it now, so maybe that happens. We'll see what comes of it. Mike coming on talking about the AJ documentary that we get real soon will be nice with the WCW TNA and WWE library. Yes. Very much so. I'm very excited for that, man. That's going to be an awesome documentary. But yeah, no, guys. I mean, I think it was a good show. I think there's a lot of plot lines that we talked about. Trick, I think, is. I say it every prediction show, but I mean, I picked Joe Hendry to win this time because I mean, when you get planted on WrestleMania night 2, there's no way the next weekend you're going to lose your belt. So at least let them keep that. But I think Trick might be the guy here to finally take that and cross the line and become the TNA champion. Let's start walking between WWE, NXT, and TNA, and kind of probably bringing some dudes over from NXT that want to fight him too. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, the Slamovich angle is going to be great. So we have those matches. I'm sure Moose will be in a match for his X Division Championship. I'm sure the tag belts will be on the line. So obviously, and I guarantee there's going to be a Macklin Eric Young match, probably named next week after whatever kind of crazy finish they have with the Northern Armory getting involved and stuff like that. So, but yeah. But thank you guys. It's like almost 1:00 in the morning on the East Coast. If it's a little later where you are, I know time's creeping to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like I said, every Thursday we'll be talking TNA. Normally probably around 10:30, but obviously today they were live, so we went a little later. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, please, if you haven't caught me anywhere else, every Monday after Raw, every Friday after SmackDown, you can catch me doing the Raw Rundown, the SmackDown Shakedown, and every Wednesday I co-host with Jesse B, Princess Skywalker, over on the Lowdown. Everything you were wanting to know about AEW but were afraid to ask. We cover that current week's episode of AEW Dynamite and talk about everything AEW and as far as going to pay-per-views, things like that. We also have great interviews. We have Moose coming up, as I said. We have a great library of past people. We've talked Dominic Dijic and also AJ Francis as well was on the show about a month ago. So yeah, just like, comment, give us a subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any episodes. We have two Backlash prediction shows coming up next week, and obviously Backlash will be doing pre and post shows about that as well. So it never ends. It just never ends. God bless my family. But again, like all else, please, if you're watching this, you've been here watching me for the past 40 minutes. You're one of the 83 people in here right now. Please do me a favor. If anything you do, just scroll down on your phone, go down your PlayStation, go on however you watch your YouTube stuff. do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up. It helps me in the algorithm. It helps me and all the other folks that are under the Chairshot Media Group umbrella get views and just get our voice out to more people. It's not about a monetizing kind of thing. It's just we do this for the love of the game and love for more and more people and new eyes to get on us as well. So the thumbs up will help us more than we can tell you. So I very much appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it. Stampede, as always, thank you for jumping in. Mike, always a pleasure, man. Thank you. Sharing a brain tonight on a lot of topics. It was fun. Justin, thank you. Thank you, man. Like I said, this is the first time you've ever come in on one of my streams, and I appreciate you 100%. We go back a while. So thank you for coming in, joining the conversation. Always a good time. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. So with that being said, I'm John Anthony. This is Talkin TNA. I'm going to get out of here and get some sleep and get ready for the SmackDown Shakedown tomorrow night following SmackDown on USA. And we will talk to you guys soon. Everyone have a great night.